Blackberry cucumber. It's honestly mid. Life hack. If you go through LaCroix's like really fast, just buy a pack that you hate and then you like won't drink it. And then you'll always have a LaCroix for when you are in need of a LaCroix. Okay, hi, I'm Jane. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going over basically every movie that I saw in 2025 and my tier list of them. So, in order to be on this list, they had to have come out in 2025. Honestly, let's just jump right in. Now, of course, this is just my opinion, and I'll probably be brutally honest about it. And I just want to let you guys know I don't know how to keep my mouth shut. So there are going to be like so many spoilers. So just know that before watching this video. Okay, so we're just going to start off with the first one on the list, Jurassic World Rebirth. So even though she does Marvel movies, I don't know why, but I was like, this is so intriguing seeing Scarlett Johansson in a Jurassic Park movie. I don't know why I felt that way, but that's kind of the thing that made me see it. Also, if I'm being honest, I think we were going to go see a different movie and then it was like sold out or the seats were really bad. So then we just ended up seeing that because we're like, why go home, you know? It was, I'm going to say, I'm going to put it in the bad category. I mean, there are just so many other good Jurassic Park movies. This one was probably one of the worst ones I've seen. I kind of stopped watching Jurassic World just because they went on a little long. And it was like, I get it. Chris Pratt is like, whatever, saving the world. And there's like a kid, whatever. I don't really care. But a big shout out to this movie for making the most insufferable character that has ever existed. The boyfriend. The fact that like he didn't die and the dad didn't kill him kind of upset me because he sucked and he was so awful that his like redemption arc towards the end of the movie got him to just like a baseline bad person from what I remember. Like he was just awful. We love complex characters. Okay. This was not one of them. I've never been so mad at a character in my life. And I mean, that whole family kind of was weird in the movie. I didn't really get why the family was in the movie. But yeah, I mean, that family kind of made the movie awful. And then, like, no one really died except the bad guy. So, again, it was just kind of boring. Okay, the next one is Marty Supreme. So, like all Safdie movies, this movie was not what it seemed. I would say it's probably my favorite out of the Safdie movies that I've seen, but there's something in Hollywood about like a lack of whimsy that I just kind of find it's getting old. And what I mean by that is like sometimes watching shows like Breaking Bad, where you're kind of like, hey, I don't like anyone in this and they should all die. It's kind of just like, hey, like, what am I watching this for if I'm not rooting for anyone? You know? And that's kind of how Marty was, is he sucked. And I just like found myself not wanting him to win. And so I was kind of like, what am I watching this movie for? But I will say, every time he was about to die, I was like, no, Marty, don't die, please. And then every time he didn't die, I was like, he should have died. So it was a great movie. It was probably my favorite one that they've done, but I can't put it in amazing because I was like, okay, this guy kind of sucks. Okay, next is Shelby Oaks. So I knew I had to see Shelby Oaks because it was directed by a YouTuber. I love YouTube, as you guys know. So I was like, I have to go and watch. I have to go and support. Plus, it was, I think, executive produced by Mike Flanagan, who is my favorite director. Everything he touches turns to gold. So I was like, I have to go. It wasn't bad, but I feel like it wasn't amazing. I think it got a lot of hate by other YouTubers, and I'm kind of like, that's mean. It's not very nice. I think what happened with Shelby Oaks is it fell under like the Osgood Perkins, I think that's his name, curse of like great marketing and then kind of like mid movie. So I think that that's why people didn't like. Whereas like a lot of stuff really spooked me in the movie. So I'm gonna put it in the okay range. Like I would not say that this is a bad movie at all. Okay, next is the movie The Damned. So I actually didn't see this in theaters. It did come out in 2025, but I just watched this on Hulu because it was like I think straight to streaming. Talk about a freaking stinker. Talk about one of the worst movies you've ever seen. This movie had so much potential. A, it was beautiful. B, it was like kind of good for the first few minutes. I'm not going to ruin anything, but it took the most boring ending that it could have possibly had and then made that ending boring. It was literally a waste of time. And halfway through, I was like, let's turn this off. I mean, I think about this movie so much because of how bad it was. Sorry. It's going in awful. Now we're at No Other Choice, which actually I saw last night. It was great. It's a South Korean movie, I think. And then it's like 2.5 hours long. It's a dark comedy for sure. And I liked it. I just don't know if I would ever watch it again. I would probably recommend it to people who are like I knew could appreciate movies like that, but I mean, this isn't like a movie that you show like one of your NPC friends. Like they'll just be like, "What was this?" So, I am going to go ahead and just put it into the great pile. And then if you don't like movies, probably not for you. Like just truly. But see it if you want. See it if you want. Now we're moving on to Hamnet. Wow, I loved this movie so much. I cried. I even texted my friend and I said, the kid's not even dead yet, and I've already cried a bunch of times. Like, what do you mean? Like, he's not even dead yet. It was really great. I think Jessie Buckley is amazing. I think Paul Mescal is amazing. I kind of, even though like I feel like it doesn't show them having the best relationship, I kind of just want them to get married in real life now. But yeah, Jessie Buckley was amazing. I'm really glad that it got nominated for Oscar awards because I really think she deserves one. And it was beautiful. Like it looked beautiful. It was a beautiful story. I felt like the movie was long, but it wasn't too long. I really loved the end scene where she was watching the play. I mean, it was just, I can't even imagine like, ooh, like the intense like heartache in the room if you were there for that scene. It was really great. I thought all the actors were amazing. And I can't wait to see those like child actors like grow up and do other things because they were phenomenal. I I think I am going to put it in great, even though I really loved it. Ugh, that was hard. Okay, now we're moving on to Bugonia. Wow, you guys, I loved this movie. I knew Emma Stone was a great actress, but this was the movie that really cemented it for me. Loved seeing Stavi Baby in it. His character was insane and hilarious. It was a little shocking, but I loved it. Jesse Plemons was amazing. The guy who played his cousin was amazing. It was just so good. And it really kept me on my toes. I feel like I'm pretty good at seeing where a movie can go and kind of predicting the ending, which kind of sucks to be honest. And this one I was like just confused the whole time. And I really think I don't care how many Oscars Emma Stone has, to me they're all none of them mean anything because if she doesn't win an Oscar for this one, I'm going to be very upset. Because I think this is the first time that I was like, she is playing characters, like, in my opinion, multiple. Um, and so this will be our first movie that goes into the amazing pile. I understand if you didn't like it, but we're watching my video and I did. So okay, so now we're moving on to, I'll call this an independent movie, but it's called Sorry Baby. And so since I live in Colorado, and John Carroll Lynch, who is in the movie, is from there. He actually came to the screening that I was at and he spoke after the movie, which was so cool and fun. And it was a really interesting experience. But the movie was great. And I just loved it. I thought the writing was so realistic, the way that like her and her friend would speak to each other. It was just great. Like there were so many times that I was laughing during that movie. I was kind of shocked when I found out that she was a first-time director. I was like, I can't wait to see what she does again. I think it's nominated for an Oscar, and I kind of think it should be. It can be really sad, but I even think her I saw the movie that she was taking something difficult and still making it somewhat funny, if that makes sense. And I know so many people would be like, What did you just say?" But I just felt like it was a really, I don't know, great movie. I don't really, I'm kind of speechless with this movie, but it's going in the amazing pile. You guys should watch it. It's kind of a slow burn, but it's great. All right, now we're moving on to Weapons. It took me a while to see it. I don't know what it was, but I kind of was just like, do I want to see this or no? I loved, what's it called? What is that movie called? Barbarian. I loved Barbarian so much. So I was excited to see this. And like the actors in it, I was kind of like, what? I'm kind of confused why they're going to be in this movie. But I thought it was amazing. I did like the way that the story was told. I did like, what it ended up being. I still like Barbarian better, but I mean, I thought it was really amazing. And it's also similar to Marty Supreme, one of those movies where like it's just not going to be what you think it is. Like you're probably not going to guess what it is. And that's what I really liked about it. I feel like every trailer I saw, and I believe that the movie was heavily marketed, but seriously, with every trailer I saw, I feel like it gave away absolutely nothing. And so it's just not in the amazing folders for me. If it was Barbarian, it would be, but I'm really excited to see whatever he does next because it was awesome. Okay, so now we're moving on to 28 years later. I found this movie to be so interesting because of a few reasons. The way that it's like three different movies, I'm under the impression that they filmed all three at the same time, or they're trying to really get them out fast. And I kind of like that movies are doing that now. I don't know why. I think Wicked did the same thing. I think it's really an interesting thing because it's like you just work on that project for a long time. I don't know. I find it really interesting. It's a really good way to make sure that your actors don't look any different, especially because this movie did have a child actor in it. And I just found it interesting. I thought the end was hilarious. I was laughing. I was like, what is this? I can't wait to see whatever comes next. And also, something I really liked was when the child and his father were out kind of in the forest hunting, I'll say, for the first time. They did something really cool that I haven't seen before where the kills kind of looked like video game kills. And I just was like, okay, this is one of those movies that to me is really changing how movies are going to be. And so I've thought about it a lot because of that. It was really interesting to see it for the first time in theaters. So I don't know. I like it. I'm looking forward to seeing the next one, which comes out really soon, I think. I'm gonna put it in the I'm gonna put it in the okay folder just because I just want to see and I want to re-rate like all three of them at the same time at the end. But it was probably more like in the great folder. This is the one I've been dreading. www.rachelormont.com. I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to love this movie. I'm really into like the dimes squarification of film right now. If you don't know what it is, I don't know. Go on Reddit, follow Brad Trammell and watch a video about it, okay? I haven't been written off of Peter Vack or Betsy Brown, but as this was the first thing I've seen that they have done, I'm a little traumatized. I hated this movie. It is extremely inappropriate. It is like within 10 minutes, I was like, hey, like, we can go. I think I traumatized my fiance. I felt like someone, when I was driving home, I felt traumatized. I felt like something really bad had just happened and my brain needed to be scrubbed. If you are the kind of person who is not offended by anything at all, maybe you can watch it. If you are a normal person, don't even fucking look it up. You can watch the trailer, okay? I really wanted to like it. Dasha's in it. I'm a fan of Dasha. It is one of the most offensive movies I've ever seen. Now, I will say something nice. To me, it was mimicking what it's like being on like brain rot internet. And they did a perfect job. And it's like as if you were living in the internet and you couldn't just like turn your phone off. And it really made me think about my social media usage, which I think is what it was meant to do. But my God, it was just depressing and super vulgar. And like, it made me like sad for like the generation below me. So I think it did what it was trying to do. It's just like, if you're a normal, sane person who like doesn't watch insane things on the internet, don't watch this movie. Like truly don't. I'm sorry. I haven't been written off of the group, but it's going in the awful folder. Like, and I know you're like, "Oh, now I got to watch it." I'm not kidding. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. And I hate to say that because I want to support. Go and watch their other stuff, okay? Don't watch this movie. It's depressing. Now it is there are parts that are funny. Don't watch it. I'm sorry. Don't. Okay, I'm moving on to Hell of a Summer. I just like saw this on Netflix or wherever it's streaming, Hulu, one day, and I was interested because it's directed by Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things, and I was like, okay, let's give it a try. And I also like the guy who plays the camp counselor. I think he's a great actor. He was in Marty Supreme, actually. It was fun. It was like a really fun movie. It was definitely like for younger adults, like 16 to like maybe 19 years old. I thought it was good. I didn't see, because it's about like a masked murderer or whatever. I didn't see it coming, like who it was. So I did find that interesting. I probably wouldn't recommend it to people and I wouldn't watch it again, but I think that it's amazing that they're making stuff, especially being as young as they are. I'm going to put it in the bad pile, but I don't really mean that. I just mean like watch it if you want like a fun thing. I think it might be fun if you and your friends want to watch like a movie, like if you guys wanted to like drink to it or something. This is a movie that I loved. It's called Twinless, and it is about a twin who loses his brother. And so he goes to like a support group for twins who have lost other twins. And he meets a new friend, and it just takes quite the twist. There are multiple twists in the movie. There were some that I saw coming, and there were some where I was like, oh, I'm like shocked. It was probably one of the best movies I've seen this year. You have to go watch this movie. It's amazing. Twinless. And I think his name's James Sweeney, but I think it was his first, the first thing he ever directed. So I loved it. Amazing. And I just love Dylan O'Brien. So it was awesome. So this is a movie that I was looking forward to for a long time. It is called The Life of Chuck by the amazing Mike Flanagan. He's my favorite director. It's not a scary movie, even though everything he does is scary. And it's like way more heartwarming. But I will say the movie is kind of creepy. It has some creepy elements to it. But overall, it was a heartwarming movie. And I loved it. And that last scene was amazing. And it was the first time that no one in the theater got up until like basically the credits started rolling because I think we were all just like shocked. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful ending. It's a movie about like appreciating life and I think also like the little moments in life too. So if you're looking for a movie like that, maybe one that will make you cry, I think you will love The Life of Chuck. I am going to I'm probably going to put it in the amazing folder, to be honest. Even though everything else that Mike does is 1,000 times better, but it was still so good. Okay, so now is the DEVO documentary. I volunteered at Boulder Film Festival this year, and Mark Mothersbaugh from DEVO was actually there. They premiered the DEVO doc there, if I'm correct. And it was really fun. I actually learned a lot about the band DEVO. They're a lot more punk than they seem. And it was just really interesting, like seeing why they did the things they did. And I actually became such a fan that they were on my Spotify Wrapped this year. So I really enjoyed it just because, there's better movies. I'm just going to put it in the okay pile. But if you like DEVO or if you're like really interested in learning about a band, watch it. It's great. It's on Netflix. Now we are going to talk about The Friend. The Friend was also at Boulder Film Festival. It was pretty good, but it was just for boomers. It's just a movie for boomers. I don't know what else to say. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just something that older people would like, and it just wasn't for me. So while it wasn't bad at all, I'm just gonna put it in the okay pile because I just don't think any young person would like it. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Sinners. Sinners is difficult because when I saw it, I literally loved it. I thought it was so good, so amazing. And then the more I've like, the more it sat with me, the more I'm like, it wasn't that good. Like it just wasn't that good. But I really liked the vampires and I loved the musical aspect of it. I also really liked how the movie didn't start for like 40 minutes. And then when it did, it felt really intense because you were expecting it the whole time. And then the movie started and it was like scary. But realistically, we really could have done without that 40 minutes. And the movie, how do I say this? This movie thinks you're dumb. They like tell you things that you already know. I'll put up a video that I watched about it right here. Watch the video if you want more on this. So I'm going to put this in great. I actually really like him, Ryan Coogler, and I love the X Files. And I heard that he's kind of remaking the X Files. I'll give it a shot. Will I probably hate it? Yeah, I don't care. I'll give it a shot. Okay, now Bring Her Back. Also, a movie made by YouTubers, just like Shelby Oaks was. So, their first movie, Talk to Me. My God, I loved that movie. One of the scariest intro scenes of a scary movie that I've seen. I was like, after the first scene of Talk to Me, I was like, we can just turn this off now. Like, that scared me. We're good. That movie was great. I liked it. Bring Her Back, a lot of people liked Bring Her Back better than Talk to Me. I didn't. I liked Talk to Me a lot better, but I really did love this movie. Kind of just ended. That's kind of how it felt for me, is it felt like it kind of just ended. And also there was like a part of the movie where I was like, actually, like my idea made more sense and it could have been better and a little creepier. I don't know if like I'm wrong. Maybe I'll talk about it another time. So while it was great, I'm just gonna put it in the okay pile. Whereas I probably would have put Talk to Me in the amazing pile, but we're just talking about 2025 movies. Oh my gosh, the one I've been waiting for. This was the most surprising movie for me. F1 was probably the best movie I've seen this year. It was so corny. It was so cheesy. I didn't care. I didn't want to see this movie. I'm so glad I did. I would take 16 more of these movies if they were exactly the same. I don't give a shit about racing or cars. I loved it. I loved the actor who played like kind of his like buddy, like his like friend slash foe. Thought he was great. Every scene that the movie showed, I felt like should have been in there. It was really long, but I didn't feel like anything needed to be taken out, which I kind of think for a lot of movies sometimes. Also, I could have taken 30 more minutes, but like in a good way, not like they were missing out on anything, but just like I'm having so much fun with this movie. I really didn't expect to love this movie, but I really did. Going in the amazing pile. So the Superman movie. So unlike Marty Supreme, this was a really fun movie where like the good guy wins and it was full of whimsy and I really enjoyed it. Where they lost me, you know, you remember movies, but you also remember the ending. It's when they brought in like his brat cousin and I was like, they're doing this because they want to make a fucking Supergirl movie. It was exhausting. So that was kind of my last memory. So while I loved the movie, they could have cut that out. Oh my God. I'm not watching that movie. The like previews are already out. I'm like, this looks awful. And I'm not gonna be mean. Okay. We'll put that in the okay pile. And then, okay, this is a bonus one because this isn't actually a movie, but we did see Stranger Things season 5, episode 8 in theaters. And while I love this show, I feel like I've talked a lot of crap about it. I'm a fan. I'm a lover. I cried probably 10 times in season 5. If you hated it, that's fine. That's okay. This isn't your video. This is my video. So just keep it to yourself. I loved it. I feel revived. I just feel like film is fun again. I wish there was a 6th season. And even though this doesn't belong here, I'm going to put it in the amazing category. Okay, so now I just want to go over the movies that I didn't see that I kind of wanted to see. So we're just going to go through them fast. I wanted to see Die My Love, but it was kind of out of theaters pretty fast. I wanted to see Companion, which I can stream. I wanted to see Together, which I can just stream. Um, these are the movies that I kind of was like on the edge for, and that's why I didn't see them because I just was like, I don't think I'm gonna like them. The Leo movie, One Battle After Another. I don't care that people say it's good. I don't believe you guys. I don't believe that it's good. The Housemaid, just for fun. And then If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I love Ivy. I love Ivy Woke. And I love Rose Byrne. And seeing the names on the poster, Conan O'Brien, ASAP Rocky, and Rose Byrne, I was like, I have to see this. Like, what is this? This is so weird. But I didn't end up seeing it. And then actually, um, you know, I'm a certified hater. Me and my fiance, we bought tickets to Hate Watch, Hurry Up and Wait. And when we got there, they refunded us our tickets and they said, we're not showing the movie anymore because no one else bought tickets, which I didn't know that you could do. And it was out of theaters within a week. Listen, God bless The Weeknd. He needs to stick to what he knows. We can't do it all. People, it's important to know your weaknesses and strengths. It's important when you are in the situation that The Weeknd is in and you're uber rich and famous to hire no men. You need to hire someone to tell you no. So unfortunately I didn't get to watch Hurry Up and Wait, but I would love to. But yeah, you guys, that's my ratings for all the 2025 movies that came out this year that I ended up seeing. Most were in theaters and then some were streaming. But yeah. And let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me, except about the Stranger Things, because I feel like a lot of people will disagree with me, but that's okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope you have an amazing 2026, and I can't wait to watch more amazing and bad 2026 movies, and there seems to be a lot of good ones coming out. So I will do this video next year as well. Bye!